Well, hello, and welcome to Decatur Fair Stadium on the campus of Decatur Central High School on the southwest side of Indianapolis. My name is Lex Zorn. I'm joined by Rob Kendall, and we're about to start today's junior varsity football game between your Plainfield Quakers and the host Decatur Central Hawks. Last night, the two varsity teams of these respective schools played at Lucas Oil Stadium, with Decatur Central rolling to a 48-7 win. Now Plainfield trying to get a win today with the future of the program. The kickoff goes almost to the 15. It's brought up to the 20. Takes it all over to the right side of the field, trying to get more room, and goes up to about the 25. That was Austin Stanton there on the return for the Quakers. He's a sophomore.
Yeah, hey, Lek, let's go ahead and thank the folks that are making it. Well, go ahead, Lek, and then we'll thank those folks.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's the point I was making. And now Plainfield lines up on offense. They have three receivers to the left, one to the right, one running back. 9:52 to go. They have played 10-minute quarters here in JV ball. They got a new scoreboard I see here at Decatur Fair Stadium. I haven't been here since this is my first time here this season. So now fake the handoff. Now it rolls to his right. Davis Gellert is the starting quarterback here in the JV team, and he's brought down for a loss of about 6 or 7.
Sorry, man. Don't worry about it. I got it powered through the Wi-Fi. It's okay. Thanks. Hey, I appreciate
Inside
it.
of that one or this one?
All right. Oh, what was it?
So start off the game. So Gellert now, to start off the game, brought down for a loss of about 5. And now the Quakers line up. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. They got a rush here, and he's going to go a long way. He's got the first down and more. He's past the 40. So that was a nice run there by the Let's see who that was there. Nevertheless, he got about 25 yards, and that was Derek Keller there.
All right, let's go ahead and thank the folks that make our broadcast possible, coming to you on tape delay here today. They include Wicker Construction, Beacon Sign Company, Gunnell and Kinnaman LLP, Dom Trucking, Elite Pro Painting, Jimmy John's Pizza King and Pizza King Station of Avon.
Yes, we love our sponsors, and let's see. So that was this time they gave it to Keller again, and he was stuffed at about the line of scrimmage. They give him credit for 1. After the 25 yards on the previous play. So, yeah, definitely Plainfield glad to get off to a good start. Last night, the Quakers were plagued by a couple of fumbles that resulted in Decatur Central touchdowns, as well as their leading rusher, Dawson Anderson, being out, putting a lot of pressure on sophomore Tavian Gadia. And really, it was just too much for the Quakers to overcome. But certainly they'll be back, with a vengeance after that. Now Gellert throws deep down the right side. He's got a man open. It's caught at the 40, at 35, 30, and he stays on his feet. One man to beat, and he's brought down at about the 13 now on his first pass of the game. Play's going to be good for about 36 yards there. It looks like that was a Mason Burgess for the Quakers. And they give him credit for 46 yards there.
Nice pitch and catch that time. Lek got open, found the seam, and was off to the races.
Yes, indeed. Now, high snap, but he gets it down, hands off over to Keller, takes it all the way to the left side, gets inside the 5 there. No, I'm sorry, excuse me, that was Cade Ritter there. Probably Gavin's little brother. Often when I commentate schools over and over, I notice common last names. Of course, the Quakers are well known for the Hagee brothers, Morgan now at Ball State, and John, who's now with the now starting for the Quakers as a senior. That was a 10-yard run there, by the way, by Cade Ritter, setting up first and goal at the 2. So now Ritter lined up now he's going to the right, and he fakes the handoff to Ritter. And Gellert takes it all the way himself, and that's a touchdown.
Nice job that time, Lek, able to see the play happening in front of him and decided to keep it himself. Ran in untouched for the into the end zone, and Plainfield leads at 6-0.
Yes, indeed. And so definitely a good start for the Quakers offense, 2:17. They drove down the field. And so now they line up for the 2-point conversion here with one receiver out to the left, a reverse wishbone formation. Gellert hands off to Keller, and he's into the end zone for the 2.
Yeah, so 8-0. Nice job by the Quakers to get the ball game started here, and they're certainly excited about that. Hey, for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building one-of-a-kind homes and remodeling projects while exceeding client expectations, delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. And the Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 13th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East U.S. Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday, 9 until 6.
Well, both of these teams showed up with full squads today. You know, on the last Plainfield JV game on Monday evening, that was not the case. Greenwood arrived with only 18 players and 2 fans for what was an easy 50-6 win by the Quakers. A game that in which the entire or most of the second half was played with a running clock as soon as Plainfield got the 50-point lead. So now kickoff there by number 51, Bree Brown. A short kick fielded about the 26, brought up to the 35. He dodges a few tackles and then twists around, gets almost to the 40. So that was a nice second, third, and fourth effort there on the return by Decatur Central. Trying to see who that was who got it there. It's number 26, so that is Trent Forbes. I'm not sure if he's related to the famous Forbes family or not, but nevertheless, 1st and 10 at the 39 to start off the drive for Decatur Central. This is our first look of the game at their offense. They line up with one receiver to each side and one running back. 7:23 to go. Plainfield leading 8-0. And now he hands off, but he pitches back to the quarterback, who's throws deep down the middle, and it is intercepted. He threw it into the receiver had a chance at it, but he threw it into double coverage. I couldn't tell who came away with it.
It was Brayton Vianger, number 32.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Since I know that his grandparents, Phil and Ann down in Florida, listen to us regularly. I'm sorry that I blew that call, but nevertheless, I'm sure they're very, very proud of their grandson, who started at point guard for the JV basketball team last year. Now as a junior, he likely will be moving up to the varsity level this year.
Hey, Pizza King is located at 8100 East U.S. Highway 36 in Avon, Suite A. Their dining room is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and carryout is available 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Their phone number is 272-1707. Pizza King has a TV in every booth and a train that delivers drinks to each booth.
We nearly had an interception there in the first play of the ensuing drive by Plainfield. It was a tipped ball. Tipped balls, of course, are very dangerous, but it ends up falling harmlessly to the ground. So 8-0 now your score, 2nd and 10 at the 22 for Plainfield, trying to build on that lead and definitely trying to overcome the memory of last night's painful loss at Lucas Oil Stadium, although there certainly were a few mitigating circumstances, especially Dawson Anderson being out. So now handoff there to Bobby Sterrett, and think they stuffed him for about no gain, maybe even a slight loss. Yeah, they're saying he lost 2. Bobby Sterrett, like Brayton Vianger, another basketball player who also sees a lot of action on the football team. So that'll bring up 3rd and 12. There are quite a few football/basketball guys for Plainfield. You see that a lot at the smaller schools, but not so much at the bigger schools like Plainfield. So now 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Keller, the running back. And now we've got the play is whistled. We got a whistle before the play. It's going to be against Decatur Central. I guess there was some movement on the line that I missed. Maybe my brain's still a little short-circuited from that 6-hour marathon we had at Lucas Oil Stadium last night. But that will bring up 3rd and 7, which is quite a bit more manageable than 3rd and 12. And 6:06 to go and counting here in the first quarter. So now Cade Ritter lines up to the left. They got 3 receivers, to the right. Keller, the running back. Gellert, and now we've got more movement at the line and another flag. And it's going to be this one is going to be against the Quakers, so they're going to lose the 5 yards that they just gained back. So we're back to 3rd and 12 again. Now 5:50 to go here, first quarter. Nevertheless, Plainfield overall off to a very, very good start. Now they line up with Tyler McCarty and Derek Keller out to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And they have 1 running back in there. Davis Gellert in shotgun, takes the snap, looks back, he's got time, pitches over, it's complete, but he catches it for only a small gain, like 1 or 2 yards. And that was McCarty, Tyler McCarty, a junior who made the reception. And I think he's only going to get credit for a yard or 2. And so the clock is ticking. We're almost to the midway point of the quarter. Now they give him credit for 3.
This is a new board for Decatur Central, new scoreboard since the last time I've been out here.
Yeah, exactly. It's very sharp, very easy to read the numbers. And, and now a punt there. Nobody back deep to receive it. It bounces at the 45. Now it takes a very, very, very nice Plainfield bounce, literally about a 20-yard bounce back to the 25, meaning that the punt actually netted 52 yards.
Hey, Elite Pro Painting is a small family-owned painting company. Elite Pro Painting does does exterior and interior painting, both residential and commercial, and are open weekdays from 8 to 6 and Saturday 9 to 1. Their phone number is 388-1848. More information can be found by email at info@elitepropainting.com. And Jimmy John's offers freaky fast delivery and our last-minute catering specialists. They're located at 2683 East Main Street next to BW3s and are open from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Saturday. More information can be found at 837-8282 or online at jimmyjohns.com.
Well, DeMonte Franklin is lined up to the right for Decatur Central along with another receiver. Then we got another one to the left and running back. This quarterback under center. Hands off. Breaks through several tackles, and he's very close to the first down. And it's going to take a load of about 5 Quakers to stop his progress. So let's see who that is there as he gets up there. That is number 20 for Decatur Central. That's William Gibson. He is a sophomore, 5'9", 185. And he looked very, very good there on his first carry of the game. Those are the first yards that the Hawks have gained from scrimmage, and they move the chains, so they give him credit for 10 yards there. Bringing up 1st and 10 at the 25. So now a screen pass and a miscommunication. It falls to the ground incomplete. The intended receiver was the man lined up to the left. I believe that was Drew Stansel there for Decatur Central, bringing up 2nd and 10. Yeah, that Gibson guy looks very good. Decatur Central, like we commented last night, there as we have Stansel lining up to the right and Stansel to the left, Franklin to the right, Gibson the running back. Now Gibson gets it, takes it around the right side, breaks past the 40, and he's almost up to get another first down.
Nice little end around that time, Leck, and put him about 2 yards short of the first down as the Decatur Central Hawks are at the 43-yard line.
And I apologize, that wasn't Gibson. That was Larry Tracy. So we saw the other 2 Tracy brothers, Tyrone and Kenny, in action last night at the stadium. Now we see the youngest of the 3 brothers, Larry, there. I'm sorry, he's the middle of the 2 brothers, but nevertheless, he got an 8-yard gain there. So Decatur Central doing some good rushing on this drive, but they've stopped. Well, no, he broke through when I thought he was down for a short gain, and he's got the first down and more. And let's see who was that. Okay, that was DeMonte. It's DeMonte Franklin there. No, I'm sorry, that was yeah, that was Drew Stansel. I apologize there. He gets 10 yards nevertheless. So now, pass over to Stansel on the left side. It's good for about 5 or 6. that's the so that definitely this drive going much better for the Hawks than their first, which ended in an interception. First complete pass of the game for the Hawks. So now Stansel to the left, Franklin to the right, along with another receiver. Gibson is there in the running back. Quarterback under center. Pitches back to Gibson. He takes it around the right side. I think he's going to run out of the room. But, he's still up, and they finally push him down for...
He's tough to bring down, Leck.
Yeah, undoubtedly. I'll tell you, he would be playing varsity on a heck of a lot of teams in the state right now. It just so happens that Decatur Central, always a lot of depth on offense. So, they bring him down for no gain there after he got 10 on his first time out. So 3rd and 5 now at the Plainfield 42. Decatur Central with their first long drive of the game. Stansel lined up to the right now. Stansel to the left, Franklin to the right. Gibson the running back. Quarterback under center. Fakes the handoff. Drops back. Now he rolls to his left, and he's going to be brought down for a sack. So a disappointing, turn of events there for Decatur Central when they were really getting something there. Harrington, by the way, is the quarterback for Decatur Central. He wears number 18. I wonder where he got that idea. And so it's going to be a loss of 7 there for Harrington. He also played a little bit in the varsity game last night after they took Bryce Jefferson out there at the end. But they are going for it. No, he does punt. And now it's caught at the 20, and he's brought down immediately. They were right on top of it. I thought he was going to fair catch it. That was Owen Litzelman, another basketball/football guy. Gee, I'm wondering, does the entire basketball team play football here? And we've seen Brayton Weinger, Bobby Sterrett, Gavin Ritter, and now Litzelman. Never forget a good German name like that. Anyway, 43.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter down on the southwest side of Indianapolis. Your Quakers lead Decatur Central 8-0. Now a handoff there, and he gets it up for about 3. I believe that was Keller again.
That may be the final play of the first quarter, as Plainfield does not have to run another play if they don't want to. And they may be content with that 8-point lead to take it into locker or take it to the other end of the field, as it looks like they are going to do here. So we will switch ends of the field, and when we do, we will have second quarter action with the Plainfield Quakers leading it by a score of 8-0 here on AudioSportsOnline.com. But before we do that, we want to tell you that Kendall and Kinnaman provides total financial management for all your investment, insurance, accounting, and tax planning needs. They're located at 2680 East Main Street, Suite 124 in Plainfield. Meetings can be arranged by appointment by calling 203-4433. More information can be found at gkfin.com.
Severe first Minneapolis Central. Your Plainfield Quakers are leading the host Hawks 8 in action. A score for Plainfield was a 2-yard touchdown rush by quarterback Davis Gellert, followed by a 2-point conversion rush by Derek Keller, bringing us to our current score of 8-0. So once again, last night when these two teams played at Lucas Oil Stadium, Decatur Central won 48-7. It was the first half of a doubleheader that was capped off in thrilling fashion by a 49-41 victory over another Hendricks County team, Tri-West over Lebanon, Sagamore Conference game. So now Plainfield lines up to start the drive. 2 receivers to each side. Now Davis Gellert in shotgun. And he got he gives the handoff there to Bradley Gill, who takes it up for very little gain. They might give him forward progress out to for 1 yard. Gill played a lot in that easy win over Greenwood on Monday night. Actually, they got him down for -2 there. So 3rd and 11 now, 9:34 to go in county second quarter. Plainfield leading by a score of 8-0. Now they line up with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Davis Gellert in shotgun. Takes it, drops back. Screen pass completed at the 20, brought to the 25. 30 is going to be very close to a first down, but it is 4th down. So Bradley Gill there on the screen pass gets a gain of 10 yards. So Gellert has completed 3 of his first 4 to start the game. Bringing up 4th and 1 at the 30. I would guess they would punt here, although part of the charm of high school ball is you see a lot of things. Like, for example, last night we saw who went for it on who did the fake punt last night? I'm trying to remember what team it was. Lebanon, okay, yeah, and they got it.
They are going for it here, Leck.
Yeah.
Nope, now they'll drop back into a punt formation. There's the kick. It's a line drive kick. Nobody back.
So, wow, beautiful Plainfield bounce. Going to go inside the 20, maybe even down all the way to the 15. Yeah, it does get to the 15. So that's a 55-yard punt. So, yeah, the punters in this game are really padding their statistics today. And now Decatur Central, the last time out, they sustained the drive pretty well, just didn't come away with any points. Although they had a couple of good runs there from William Gibson, as well as a couple other players. Larry Tracy, another one. Obviously, athleticism runs in the Tracy family here. So now 1 receiver out to the right, 1 running back. And now throws deep down the right side. He's got a man open. And it's just deflected away. Nice potentially touchdown-saving deflection there by Dylan Swanson of the Quakers. He is a sophomore, 5'10", 140. Need to bulk him up a little bit, but he made a great play there. So far to start off the game, Parker Harrington has completed 1 of his first 4 passes. So now 3 receivers out to the right now. Gibson, the running back, fakes the handoff to Gibson, takes it himself around the left side, and he stiff arms his way up for about 4 yards or so, stopping the clock with 8:10 to go the second quarter. Plainfield leading 8-0. This is JV action. Plainfield trying to get back on track after trying to salvage the weekend after last night's loss at Lucas Oil Stadium. So they gave Harrington credit for 6 yards on that one, a little more than I expected. So now 1 receiver to each side. Gibson, the running back. Harrington drops it back, and he rolls to his left, almost sacked, and now he is. He broke away from his first sack, but then walked into another one, so he's going to be brought down for a loss of about 6. So that'll bring up about 4th and 10. And another likely punt there for the Hawks. Yeah, it is going to go back. So right after he gained 6 yards on his last play on a keeper, Harrington then loses them back. So 7:43 to go now. We're going to have a punt. And now back deep to receive for the Quakers, we have Owen Litzelman. And now we've got the play. We got a flag, though. It's going to be against Decatur Central. Did not see what the call is, but they're marking it off 5 yards, so it goes from 4th and 10 to 4th and 5, but unlikely to change the punting situation here. Now Litzelman standing back at the Decatur Central 45. Now they fake it. They do. Throws, and he's got the first down past the 30, so a brave play this early in the game pays off. It's going to be about a 14-yard pickup there for the Quakers, or for the Hawks, excuse me. They give him credit for 12. They're saying he was out at the 33. And now we got an injury there to a Hawks player. Hopefully it is not serious. He's kneeling now. For those of you just joining us, 7:16 to go in the second quarter. Plainfield leading 8-0. I believe that was Larry Tracy who made that reception, by the way. So now we got the play whistle dead. It would. Okay, no, they're calling it back. Excuse me. I'm not sure what the issue is. There seems to be some confusion here on the field. I'm not sure why that play was called back. The officials are deliberating now. So, but anyway, it looks like that so they're bringing it back to the 16 now. So now looks like they're going to replay the down. Nobody back deep to receive the punt for Plainfield. It's a high snap. They do gets up, and it's a bad kick, but it takes a decent bounce. So it does go past the 50, now up to the 45, up to the 43. So it could have been a disaster, ended up not being so bad after all. It turns out to be about a 42-yard punt. You know, part of the phenomenon that Rob and I have been talking about the last few games. You know, the way that, punters are able to predict the bounce a lot better on these artificial surfaces. They marked out the 42.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's almost like ice out there today, Leck. A lot of good bounces for the kickers so far.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of and like that punt, that did not look like a good punt at all, but it ended up going it'll end up going for 43 yards, which is about an average NFL punt. So now three receivers to the left, one to the right, one running back, Davis Gellert in shotgun, 7:02 to go. Plainfield leading 8-0. He hands off to Cade Ritter, takes it all the way on the left side. He's finds a little bit of room and gets out of bounds for a gain of about 6. So a decent pickup there by the Quakers, creating a very manageable 2nd and 5. Ritter had 10 yards on his first rush. He gets 5 on his second. So 2nd and 5 at the Plainfield 47. Plainfield trying to pad that lead. Got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 running back who's standing to Gellert's right as he's in shotgun. Takes the snap. Roll, and then he had there's miscommunication. I'm not sure if he intended. I guess Brayton Vinger was the intended receiver, but he didn't turn around until the ball was already in the air.
Yeah, Vinger was wide open there, Leck, and unfortunately for him, could not get to the football. A little bit overthrown. He would have had a lot of room to run there, but it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Yeah, and Vinger, he does have very good speed. He's a little bit small at 5'7", but he has above average quickness, so he would have been able to take it probably for the first down and more. So 3rd and 5 now. We got Ritter lined up to the left, 3 receivers to the right, 1 running back. Gellert in shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He throws to Ritter, incomplete. So that'll bring up 4th and 5.
Got Cade Ritter, the intended receiver that time. Good pass, just a little bit high, and the Quakers probably going to have to punt it away here.
Although, in high school ball, you never know. Well, that's certainly that would what you would think, but we'll see if the Quakers have a few tricks up their sleeve. But no, they do punt it. 1 man back deep to receive for the Quakers, and that takes another good bounce, and it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. I'll tell you, had Plainfield gotten down field just a little bit earlier, they might have been able to down it at the 1, but as it is, it rolls into the end zone. So, that will be a 53-yard punt, but a net of only 33. 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. Plainfield leading 8-0. Quarterback Davis Gellert scored the only touchdown on a 2-yard rush in the first quarter, accompanied by a 2-point conversion rush by Derek Keller. So now one receiver to each side for Decatur Central. Parker Harrington is their quarterback. He pitches back there to William Gibson, who takes it around the left side, and he's got something there. He's close to the first down. William Gibson, they have him listed here as 5'9", 185. He's a very, very tough running back, and they give him credit for 7 on that one. So I have him 3 for 17 on the game now. 6:08 to go. Decatur Central trying to even it up here. One receiver to each side. Gibson, the running back. Parker Harrington is the quarterback under center. And he fumbles the snap, gets it back up, but he's going to be brought down for a loss. So let's see where they mark him. Mark him there at the 24, so that will be a loss of 3. A loss of 2, excuse me. They mark it at the 25. So 3rd and 5 there for the Hawks. Line up now with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gibson, the running back. Now we've got Parker Harrington in shotgun. Takes it, rolls to his right, looks deep, throws over on the left side. He's got a completion for the first down at about the 40. So that's one of the best offensive plays of the evening for the Hawks. I believe that was Larry Tracy who came away with that one. Gain of 14 there. So there's a 14-yard pickup there for the Hawks.
Quarterback option this time. He's going to keep it himself, and a gain of about 2 or 3 yards there, looked like.
Yeah, and so that will bring up about 2nd and 6 or so. And they give Harrington credit for 3 yards on that one. So Decatur Central, I believe they have all 3 timeouts. They do have the timeouts listed on the scoreboard here, thankfully. Not all schools do here in high school ball. So 1 receiver to each side now. Now he fakes the handoff. Throws deep now. It's kind of a wobbly pass, very dangerous, and it falls to the ground. One player for each team had a shot for it. For Decatur Central, it was DeMonte Franklin who had a shot at it. And it ended up falling to the ground incomplete. So he had the right idea. It looks there was something went wrong with the release on that one. It was a very, very wobbly pass. Two of 6 to start off the game for Harrington through the air. Takes the snap there, rolls to his right. He's got time. He could get something by running, and he does. Breaks the tackle and gets almost to the first down line. So they'll bring up 4th and short here, just shy of the 50.
Yeah, we'll see what Decatur Central is going to do now as quarterback fleeing the pocket there. Put the shoulder down, going to end up being about 2 yards short as they need to get just to the 49. The ball's at the 47. And we'll see what they can do here on 4th down, Luck.
Yeah, they might go for it, or they could, the way the punting is going today, they could try to pin Plainfield inside their own 10. But now they line up with Drew Stansel out to the left now. It looks like they are going for it. Pitch back now to Gibson. Takes it over to the left. He does have the first and about 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, when you got Gibson back there, he can really help you in those short yardage situations, even really behind the line of got to him behind the line of scrimmage there. He was able to lower the shoulder and move the chains.
So a 3-yard pickup there by Gibson, bringing up 1st and 10 at the 50 with Decatur Central trying to get a score here before we head to halftime. We got Franklin out to the right, Stansel to the left, Gibson the running back. We have a handoff there, and he gets it up for about 3. He found a little bit of hole, but several Quakers filled it very quickly. And that was Noah Ray also played. He had quite a few carries in that JV game last night. Now in this game, he gets a 3-yard pickup there. So now a handoff there, and he gets over on the right side. He's got something here, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, and he's out of bounds there. So excellent run, the biggest offensive play of the game for Decatur Central, and they are in the red zone for the first time.
Yeah, nice job there turning the corner and definitely able to make it work there for a big gain. Got the outside, and Decatur Central in business now.
That was Kenny Tracy there. Picked up 33. Now a handoff, a pitch back there. I believe that's Gibson again. He takes over to his left side, plows his way forward for about 2 or 3.
Clock will continue to move now as we're going to approach the 2-minute mark left to go in the first half. And Plainfield clinging to that 8-0 lead. Decatur Central, though, knocking on the door. It'll bring up second down and about 7 from the 13-yard line of the Quakers.
And they give him credit for 3 yards on that one. So exciting finish here to the first half. And now hands off over there, and he takes it inside the 10, inside the 5. It's going to be he's got the first down, yes.
Yeah, it is enough for the first down, Leck, with 1:44 to go. So it'll bring up first and goal from the 3. Nice job by Decatur Central that time as chains will move and the clock will start here.
Yeah, they give him credit for 10 on that one.
And we'll see what the Hawks have in store here as they've got a first and goal with 1:35 to go in the first half of play.
Now a handoff there. He's going to be about a yard short of the first. I think they're going to give him forward progress out to the 1. And he's looks like he was slow to get up, but he looks like he's okay now.
Yeah, got pancaked there by a couple of Plainfield interior linemen, and a nice job by the Quakers that time. Bringing not 1 but 2 guys, not taking anything for granted. And as we approach the minute mark left to go in the first half, Decatur Central second and goal.
That was Noah Ray, by the way, and they give him credit for 1 yard there. So now 1 receiver to each side. I believe Gibson is the running back. Now fakes the handoff. Harrington, he's got a man open in the end zone for the touchdown on the screen pass.
Yeah, nice job there that time by Decatur Central, getting a man open in the flat there, and just a little pitch and catch, and Decatur Central with the chance to tie this game.
So both touchdowns in the game coming from 2 yards out, and now the scoreboard is off here. I'm not sure what's up with that. But anyway, the Hawks are a 2-point conversion away from tying it. .6 seconds to go here in the first half. So the Hawks line up 3 receivers to the right. And now Harrington throws into the end zone, and he's got the completion, but he's out of. No, they said he didn't even get it. No, I'm sorry. It looks like they said that he was pushed out of bounds after making the reception. So just ran out so far to the right, ran out of available space. So the 2-point conversion fails, and Plainfield retains the lead 8-6 with 53.6 seconds to go here in the second quarter. We're coming to you live at DeVere Fair Stadium here on the southwest side of Indianapolis. JV action here between your Plainfield Quakers and the host Decatur Central Hawks. Arch rivals in the Mid-State Conference and geographic rivals also. Just these two schools a mere 8 miles apart. They know each other very well. And varsity teams almost certain to meet again in the playoffs like they did last year. Decatur Central coming away with a thriller of a win, 30-27. And hopefully if they do run into each other in the playoffs that Plainfield will be playing completely healthy this time. Last night they were without leading rusher Dawson Anderson, which unquestionably hurt, and it's not an excuse as much as it is a fact. Plainfield just is not the same team without Anderson, with Tavian Gadia, the 5'4" sophomore, having to take that, having to carry that much of the offensive load. So now, two receivers back deep to receive for the Quakers. He's filled it on the bounce of the 10 up to the 15, 20, 25, and brought down just shy of the 30 there. That was Brayton Vinger there with a return of about 19 yards. I tell you, Vinger's a do-it-all man. You know, not only does he play basketball, he plays offense, defense, and special teams. Very, very multi-talented there. So now 1st and 10 at the 29 as the Plainfield takes over. Will they be content with the 8-6 lead and just run out the clock? We shall see.
Yeah, the clock has started here, Lex. So we'll see what Plainfield elects to do if they're, they're inside of 35 seconds now. They got to go 70 yards. So we'll see. Back to pass, throws, little short pass caught. It'll be up to the...
That was Bobby Sterrett there on the reception.
Yeah, Sterrett on the reception. Plainfield not going to spend a timeout here. And you got to wonder, what's... But we'll see. We'll see what they like to do. They are going to run another play. Snap, back to pass.
Yeah, three receivers to the right, too. He's got a completion there, and they keep him in bounds, though. So he's going to be brought down. That will likely run it out. 7 seconds left. They are not using their timeouts. So 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of the first half.
All right, so one half in the books is 8-6. Your Quakers with the lead. Let's thank the folks who make our broadcast possible. For more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction has engaged in building one-of-a-kind homes and remodeling projects while exceeding client expectations, delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. And the Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 13th year supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday, 9 to 6. And Pizza King is located at 8100 East US Highway 36, Suite A in Avon. Their dining room is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and carryout is available from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Their phone number is 272-1707. Pizza King has a TV in every booth and a train that delivers drinks to each booth. And Elite Pro Painting is a small family-owned painting company. Elite Pro Painting does exterior and interior painting, both residential and commercial. They're open weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturday 9 to 1. Their phone number is 388-1848. More information can be found by email at info@elitepropainting.com. And Jimmy John's offers Freaky Fast delivery and their last-minute catering specialists. They're located at 2683 East Main Street next to BW3s and are open from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Saturday. More information can be found at 837-8282 or online at jimmyjohns.com. And Gunnell and Kinnaman provides total financial management for all your investment, insurance, accounting, and tax planning needs. They're located at 2680 East Main Street, Suite 124 in Plainfield. Meetings can be arranged by appointment by calling 203-4433. More information can be found at gkfin.com. Well, here at Decatur Central High School, still got about 9.5 minutes up on the clock. We'll take a pause for halftime and be back with the second half. Your Quakers lead the Hawks by a score of 8-6.
Well, welcome back for second half action here at Decatur Fair Stadium on the campus of Decatur Central High School on the southwest side of Indianapolis. My name is Lex Zorn. I'm joined by Rob Kendall. And in the first half, your Plainfield Quakers jumped off to an early 8-0 lead on a 2-yard touchdown rush by quarterback Davis Gellert. Derek Keller ran in a 2-point conversion to give the Quakers an 8-0 lead. However, in the second quarter, the Hawks struck back with a 2-yard touchdown pass from Parker Harrington to a drill. However, the 2-point conversion attempt failed, so your Plainfield Quakers retained the lead by a score of 8-6. Now we've got Bree Brown set to kick off again. To start, so they have 10-minute quarters here in JV ball. Two men back deep to receive for the Hawks, both standing at about the 20, as Brown does not have a real good leg here. And it bounces at about the 25, and then, takes it up to the 30. Finds a little bit of a hole and now brought down at about the 32. So that was a return there by Kelvin Sanders. And now the Hawks trying to take a lead. They will take a lead with a touchdown or a field goal. 2 points. 9:52 to go now. Now they're going to mark him at the 31 to start off the drive. So now the Hawks line up with Drew Stansel, who scored the touchdown, to the right. And then they've got DeMonte Franklin, Stansel to the left, Franklin to the right. And now a handoff there. It takes it past the 35 and gets a gain of about 6 or 7 there. That is Kenny Tracy there on the return for Decatur Central. Yeah, they give him credit for 6 there. Kenny Tracy had a 31-yarder in the first half. So now once again we've got Stansel to the left and Franklin to the right. One running back, that's Gibson, the running back. So now Harrington throws deep down the right side to Franklin, but it's out of bounds. 3 of 8 through the air so far tonight for Parker Harrington. 9:01 to go here in the third quarter. A very tight game the whole way, with Plainfield leading 8-6. Each team with a touchdown. However, Plainfield was successful on the conversion for 2 points, and that's the difference in this game right now. So now we've got Kelvin Sanders and Drew Stansel out to the left. Now pitch back to William Gibson, starts going left and heads forward. He fumbles, and I believe your Quakers have it. I'm not sure. We shall see. Yes, Plainfield has it. So William Gibson, who's rushed very well for the Hawks today, loses it there after gaining a yard. So Plainfield will take over an excellent field position. It'll be 1st and 10 at the Decatur Central 42. If the Hawks get a touchdown and a successful conversion, either 1 point or 2 point, then they will have a 2-possession lead. So now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Logan Burden, the running back. And Davis Gellert throws deep up the middle. He's got a man open, and he catches it. Get down to the 10, 5, 1 man to beat, and he's brought down right at the 5. So that's a 37-yard gain there. That was Tyler McCarty there with his first reception or second reception of the game. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 5. And that puts Gellert over 100 yards on the game. So now we got Quakers line up. They have a reverse wishbone formation. They have Mason Burgess out to the left. They hand off now to Logan Burden, but he's stuffed for looks like no gain. So that'll bring up 2nd and goal at the 5. Kudos to the scoreboard operator. He's been very fast at updating the
that scoreboard
status.
is outstanding here at Decatur Central, and the whole athletic staff is always so great out here at Decatur Central. They just do an awesome, awesome job.
Indeed, yes. I have noticed that over these last 5 years. And so we're always appreciative of them. Always great to be down here. So now handoff there to, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. That's Logan Burden there.
Yeah, nice job by Burden there to get, as you said, Leck, right there off of left tackle and just took it in for the score. Yeah, Decatur Central, their field, they were one of the early schools to get the field turf. They were a little bit ahead of the curve. Now, almost all these schools here in central Indiana, or many of them, I should say, especially the bigger ones, have gone to that, but they were really cutting edge when they got it at the time.
Yeah, and, certainly their offense has usually been on the cutting edges as well. And now the Quakers going for a 2-point conversion. A 1-point conversion would make it a 2-possession lead, but they're going to go for the 2 nevertheless.
Yeah, I think they've got some issues with their kicking game.
Yeah, and of course they have a great tradition of kickers here at Plainfield with the Hagies, but their varsity kicker, Bree Brown, not really a natural kicker. And he's 5'10", 270, probably the heaviest kicker I've ever commentated. But anyway, so the Quakers line up for the 2-point conversion now with Tyler McCarty, who made that 37-yard reception, set up the touchdown, lined up to the left, as well as 2 guys out to the right, and Logan Burden, the running back. And high snap, but now they run into each other. But now a fake pass, and it's a touchdown there. Tyler McCarty took the handoff and threw it to couldn't tell who it was.
Cade Ritter on the reception that time.
Yeah.
Ran into the quarterback, but hey, sometimes it's better to be the score than look good doing it, And so that was a nice 2-point conversion there. Hey, for more than 2 decades, Wicker Construction is engaged in building one-of-a-kind homes and remodeling projects while exceeding client expectations, delivering projects with professionalism and integrity. Wicker Construction works closely with you, the client, to understand your lifestyle and construction needs. And the Beacon Sign Company specializes in local high school sports and event signage needs. This is their 13th year of supporting the Red Pride football program. They're located at 9305 East US Highway 36 in Avon. Call 272-2388 for all your signage needs, or stop by Monday through Friday from 9 until 6.
Well, back here at the southwest side of Indianapolis, Plainfield Quakers have opened up the first 2-possession lead of the game. It's 16-6 over the host Decatur Central Hawks following a 5-yard touchdown rush by Logan Burden, and on a bizarre play, a 2-point conversion pass from Tyler McCarty to Cade Ritter. 16-6 your score now. Bree Brown on the kickoff. It takes a really nice bounce inside the 20, picked up at the 14, and he's hammered there by 2 guys. So actually probably the best kickoff we've ever seen a Bree Brown do. So very, very good start to the second half for your Quakers.
Yeah, great start for Plainfield, taking the ball down there, putting it in the end zone. That's a nice start to the half, and with 7:39 to go in the third, Decatur Central back out on offense.
And then the kickoff for Brown, he ended up working out. So now Drew Stansel to the right, Stansel to the left, and Monte Franklin to the right. William Gibson, the running back. They hand off now, but they're all right on top of him, and he's going to be brought down probably for no gain, maybe a slight loss.
Yeah, it's very interesting, Leck. A lot of times the varsity and JV games will sort of mirror each other in terms of talent and player ability and things like that. But this JV game, obviously, much closer than our varsity game was last night.
Yeah, like I said, without Dawson Anderson, Plainfield just wasn't the same team. And I think they still would have had a shot at it. They played a mistake-free game, but those 2 lost fumbles really were killers. So now pitch back now to Gibson, takes it over on his left side. And he's breaks a tackle, but he's going to be brought down for, it looks like, no gain, or maybe 1.
Yeah, one of the things we talked about last night with Decatur Central was how quick they closed tackling. They were so fast, and there'd be holes that Gaudia looked like he had, and then now a penalty ball on the Hawks is going to move them back a little bit. But looked like Gaudier, had a hole or had an ability to break through, and then all of a sudden just Decatur Central closed those holes. And the reason I mentioned that was on that run, several Plainfield Quakers coming up to close the hole. And not going to matter, though, because they're marching this one. They're going to decline the penalty. So being 3rd and long, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, and Rob, had they – hold that thought till after this play. So a big 3rd and long, Decatur Central trying to avoid giving the ball back to Plainfield with a chance to take a 3-possession lead. 6:37 to go here in the 3rd quarter, trailing 16-6. High snap, but Barrington gets it. He throws deep down the right side for Franklin. It's through his hands. It would have been good for about 30, 35 yards had he made the catch.
Decatur Central wanted a pass interference time. The agree, so it'll bring up 4th down for the Hawks.
3 of 9 through the air for Parker Harrington so far. What I was going to say, though, if you had a 2-pronged attack last night between Dawson Anderson and Tavian Gadia, it might, I think they would have had a fighting chance, but with Gadia, that sophomore having to carry so much of the burden, that was just so much, especially coming with the 2 fumbles, and I think that was the big difference last night. But, Plainfield will bounce back. And now we got a movement there at the line with 4th and 11. I want to invite all of you to get out to Franklin on Friday night as your Plainfield Quakers return to action, the varsity Quakers, that is, against the host Grizzly Cubs as they continue the Mid-State Conference portion of their schedule. It should be a much better game for the Quakers. Not teed, but certainly looks like a very promising game for the Quakers to get back on the winning track. And so now nobody back deep to receive this punt, by the way. And I think it was partly blocked. It bounces at the 14 and takes a Plainfield bounce, and it's down there at about the 10 or 11. So now the Quakers knocking on the door of a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, 6:10 to go in the 3rd, and Plainfield, as you said, with the ball at the 10-yard line now, really in great position.
Yes, indeed. So keep in mind, however, that if the Quakers get this touchdown and they fail on the conversion, they seem to only go for 2-point conversions right now with their current kicking situation. Then that means that it would still only be a 2-possession lead. So Decatur Central could tie it with 2 touchdowns and 2 successful 2-point conversions. But in any way, Cade Ritter now and Mason Burgess line up to the right now and pitch back to that's number 31. He takes it inside the 10. That was Bradley Gill.
Flag on the play. I think they're going to get a face mask on the Hawks.
I believe you're right, yeah. That looked like one to me from my vantage point.
It is a personal foul variety, so that'll be an automatic 1st down for the Quakers.
Yes, indeed, as well as half the distance to the goal. So let's see where they mark it now. Bradley Gill's had some very, very good moments for the Quakers this year. He's a guy you expect will be on the varsity squad next year. It's on the 3. So 7-yard rush by Gill, and they add 3 more yards to it because of the penalty. So now a crucial stand for the Hawks defense here. We've got Burgess and Ritter lined up to the left now. 2 other receivers to the right. Bradley Gill, the running back. Gellert takes it himself, and he's in for the touchdown.
Yeah, nice play. It's very similar to the last touchdown that they scored. Just a quarterback keeper there off left side, and once again walked in untouched for the score.
So Davis Gellert with his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And now if this conversion is good, then it will be a 3-possession lead for the Hawks. It was 8-6 at the half, but Plainfield really opening it up now. So now line up with 2 receivers to each side. I believe Bradley Gill is their running back. They hand off to Gill, and he plows his way forward, and he fumbles, though. So it's a failed conversion attempt. So it's still only a 2-possession lead for the Quakers. Nevertheless, they're looking very good, 22-6 with 5:47 here in the 3rd quarter at Decatur Central.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and thank another one of our sponsors, including Pizza King is located at 8100 East US Highway 36, Suite A in Avon. Their dining room is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Carryout is available from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily. Their phone number is 272-1707. Pizza King has a TV in every booth and a train that delivers drinks to each booth. And Elite Pro Painting is a small family-owned painting company. Elite Pro Painting does exterior and interior painting, both residential and commercial. They're open weekdays from 8 to 6, Saturday 9 to 1. Their phone number is 388-1848. More information can be found by email at info@elitepropainting.com.
Well, now Bree Brown set to kick off again. He adjusts the ball there on the tee. It's caught it, and now he drops it. Now it's picked up at the 25, brought up, and he slips. Wow. So a couple of mishaps on that play for Decatur Central. Frustration starting to mount. However, if they get 2 touchdowns and 2 successful 2-point conversions, they will tie it. They still got over a quarter and have to work with, so it's not over by any means. Nevertheless, this has to feel good for Plainfield, though. Brian Woodard's teams, they've always been very fundamentally sound, but they've always struggled with injuries. And although that's not quite the case to the extent this year that it has been in past years, certainly it has been to some extent this year, especially with the loss of Dawson Anderson. But the good news, he should be back next week. And for that game at Franklin. And now to start off the drive here, we have a rush of about 3 yards by Kenny Tracy. They're going to give him credit for 4. Tracy's had some nice moments tonight. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 for the Hawks at they give him credit for 3, excuse me. But so it'll be 2nd and 7 at the 30. Drew Stansel lined up to the right. Stansel to the left. DeMonte Franklin to the right. William Gibson, the running back. Pitch back to Gibson. Takes it over to the left side. And he's brought down at about the line of scrimmage, maybe a slight loss, bringing up a crucial 3rd and long for Decatur Central with 4:43 to go here in the third quarter. Plainfield leading 22-6. And they're going to mark him 1 yard back. Gibson's had a few good moments in this game, but they are going to need some bigger pickups here if they're going to get back in this one. A special thanks to all of you who came out last night to Lucas Oil Stadium, though, on the early 6 time, who were willing to fight all the 465 and downtown traffic. And now back to action here. Passed over to the right side, and it's nearly caught there. It would have been good for a first down. The intended receiver was Kenny Tracy, so that'll bring up 4th and 7. Parker Harrington has struggled, has completed only 3 of 10 passes so far, for a total of 37 yards. So it looks like they will punt unless they really want to get adventurous here, which they might. But yeah, thanks to all of you who came out. Didn't get quite as good a crowd as I had hoped, but certainly it's understandable with the start time that early, and how early you would have had to have left to have gotten to the game on time. So now 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gibson, the running back, a very high snap, and they are going for it, and they throw, it's out of bounds, receiver, but it was simply too far to the right.
Probably figured at this point, got nothing to lose.
Yeah, although Plainfield will take over in excellent field position at the Decatur Central 29, and any score would make it a 3-possession game, which would pretty well put this one away.
Hey, Jimmy John's offers freaky fast delivery and our last-minute catering specialist. They're located at 2683 East Main Street next to BWD3s and are open from 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Sunday through Saturday. More information can be found at 837-8282 or online at jimmyjohns.com.
So now we've got Cade Ritter lining up to the left, and let's see, lining up to the right, and then 3 receivers to the left. And I believe Burden is the running back that fakes the handoff, throws up the middle, and it's through the hands of Ritter. Had he would have had the first down and possibly a touchdown had it been completed. Nevertheless, over 100 yards through the air in this game for Davis Gellert. He's completed 6 of 10 passes. So Cade Ritter now lining up to the right, along with Logan Burden, 2 others to the left, and 1 running back. And now Gellert pitches over, and he's got a decent rush there out for 5 or 6 yards. That was Derek Keller, who's had some good moments in this game, including a successful 2-point conversion. It's been quiet in the second half, though. They gave him credit for 4 on that one. He had a 25-yard rush earlier in the game, too. So crucial 3rd down for the Hawks defense now. They're trying to avoid going down in a 3-possession hole. The good thing, I'll hold that thought here. So now we've got Cade Ritter once again lined up to the right. Now moving out to the left. He takes it on a handoff, and he goes over to the left side trying to find some room. He's got a little bit, and he's brought down at about the 22 or 23. So that'll bring up a 4th and short for the Quakers. We do have a flag, however.
Yeah, flag on the play on the far side of the field, and that probably means this play is coming back. It's going to be a holding, I think, against Plainfield. It is.
Which is a huge break for the Hawks, because now it will be now that significantly reduces the chances that the Quakers will manage to get a score on this possession, and gives the Quakers a chance to get a better chance to get the ball back, trailing only by 2 possessions. And of course, and this is one of those times, with one of the Hagee brothers, you'd be there, close to field goal range by now. But obviously, presumably, Plainfield would not be going for a field goal under any circumstances tonight with their current kicking situation. Their regular JV kicker apparently being injured. So now Cade Ritter lining up to the right. We've got Mason Burgess. And 2 others to the, and now Gellert, about to get sacked. He gets out of it. No, he does get sacked near the 50. So a big loss there. That's going to be about a 10-yard loss. So nice stand there by the Decatur Central defense.
It'll force Plainfield to punt,
presumably. Although stranger things have happened in high school ball, but yeah, that would be my educated guess. So it'll be 4th and 26 now for the Quakers. 1 man back deep to receive the punt for Decatur Central. Well, I'll tell you, I've only been commentating 5 years, and yet I've seen quite a few teams that I've covered regularly change uniforms in that time. Now the punt goes down, and it's out of bounds at the 1. Wow. Amazing,
Perfect punt that time, and I'm not sure he meant to exactly do that, but maybe he did. Took a bounce right at about the 10-yard line and just rolled right inside the, I think they're going to put it out at the 3-yard line there, Leck.
Okay, it looked to me like the 1, but nevertheless, it was a great punt by the Quakers. And so the Hawks will be starting in a deep hole. They're giving them I thought that's a pretty generous spot at the 5, but,
Hey, Kendall and Kinnaman provides total financial management for all your investment, insurance, accounting, and tax planning needs. They're located at 2680 East Main Street, Suite 124 in Plainfield. Meetings can be arranged by appointment by calling 203-4433. More information can be found at gkfin.com. So
now we got Decatur Central starting this drive. They're not out of it, but they need to get something fast. Okay, now they're I was going to say...
no, they called a personal foul against
really?
Decatur Central, so it's half the distance to the goal, so something happened there.
Yeah.
They called a personal foul penalty, so they'll start now all the way back at the 2-yard line.
So I'm having to lean over to my left now because there's this divider here that's blocking my view. So now handoff now, and it's nearly brought down for a safety. Wow, that's going to be very close to a safety. Yes, it is.
A safety, yeah. He tried to get out of the end zone, initially got hit back there, broke free, and then ran into a wall of Plainfield tacklers, so it's a safety, 2 points for your Quakers.
Kenny Tracy tackled in the end zone, and there's that 3-possession lead I talked about. And so, yeah, that's why you need to try to pin your guys down and as deep in their own territory as possible for plays like that. 24-6 your score now, and free kick from the 20, and the Quakers will get the ball back. So things quite the opposite of what we had last night over at Lucas Oil Stadium, where it was really the second quarter when Decatur Central broke the game open, and it was pretty obvious by the halftime that the Quakers probably were not going to get back into it, although things did not get much better in the second half as we hoped they would. Nevertheless, Plainfield does have 3 games left to tune up for the playoffs. I'll be talking a little more about those games later on. But first we got this free kick coming up from the 20, 2:19 to go in the third quarter. Plainfield has a pretty good grip on this one with a 24-6 lead. Decatur Central's done some decent things offensively, but probably not enough to get back in this game. It would take certainly and keep in mind only 10-minute quarters here in JV ball. So he punts from the 20, and it's going to be fielded at about the 36. He drops it. He picks it up at the 40, gets a hole in the middle, gets past the 50 up to about the 47. So he's slow to get up. Oh, and yeah, he looks like he is hurt.
Yeah, he took a hit, and I think he got bent back. His leg got bent back.
That's Brayton Vinger.
Yeah,
and he is moving his arms and his legs, but yeah, it looks like he's holding his right leg here.
Yeah, he got hit and he got bent back, and that's never good. So we hope he's okay.
Yeah, certainly. I hope it's nothing serious. Yeah, he's being attended to by personnel now. 2:13 to go here in the third quarter at Decatur Central. Vinger, he dropped he muffed the free kick. Then he picked it up and ran like a bullet through the middle, but then he just took a hard hit. Certainly, he's a very promising athlete at Plainfield. They're counting on him to do a lot of big things, particularly on the basketball team this season. He is sitting up now. That's good to see. And now he stands, and let's see. It looks like he's walking off with and he looks like he doesn't want to put any weight on his right leg, so he's hobbling off with the help of Plainfield personnel on both sides. And very unlikely he'll return today, but hopefully he will return for the next game. And he also played a little bit of varsity action last night at Lucas Oil Stadium, and so. Anyway, send him and his family best wishes for a quick and speedy recovery. And now we return to action here on here at Decatur Central. Your Quakers take over 1st and 10 at the Decatur Central 47. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Fakes the handoff. Now Gellert throws up the middle. He's got a man open. It's caught at the 25, and he's inside the 20. That was a reception there by that was Bobby Sterrett. I believe that's his first. No, he did have a reception in the first half. So that play covers about 30 yards there. Yes, it does cover 30.
Gain of 41 yards.
They said gain of 21 yards, but it was more than that because they went from the 47 to the 17. So Mason Burgess now lining up to the left, along with Mason Burgess to the right, along with Sterrett and Ritter to the left. Now fakes the handoff there. Gellert throws in the middle again to Sterrett, but this time it's a little too high. He got a right hand on it, but that was it. So falls to the ground incomplete. 7 of 12 through the air, 132 yards for Davis Gellert. Second and 10 at the 17. The Quakers, definitely have this. They definitely have a firm grip on this one with Burgess out to the right, along with, and now handoff there to Ritter, who rolls over to his right, runs out of room, then plows forward for about 1 yard. 1:37 to go and counting third quarter.
Gain of
3rd and 9. Ritter with 3 rushes for the Quakers today. Now Ritter lines up to the right along with Ritter and Sterrett line up to the right along with Burgess to the left. Then pitch back there to Burden, who is pushed out of bounds on the right side around the 14 after a short gain. Give him credit for 1 there. So now looks like they will go for it because Plainfield does not have a reliable field goal kicker apparently. So 4th and 8 with 1:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Plainfield leading 24-6 at Decatur Central. And definitely now they've got Ritter and Burgess lined up to the right. Empty back. No, they've got 1 running back in there. I can't tell who it is from my vantage point. But he pitches back there. Okay, and now that's McCarty, and he throws to a wide-open Gellert for the touchdown. Wow. Yeah, McCarty threw a successful 2-point conversion pass earlier in the game, and now he throws a successful touchdown pass there. So that was a good highlight reel material there. And that was McCarty's. So it'll be McCarty to Gellert, 17 yards. And now another 2-point conversion attempt coming up. It happens very rarely, but a lot of people forget that the quarterback is an eligible receiver, and apparently Decatur Central, Decatur Central forgot about it there because after pitching back to McCarty, Gellert was wide open from here to Franklin. And now Gellert takes the 2-point conversion himself, but falls short of the end zone. So the Quakers are 2 for 2 in this game on 2-point conversion attempts. And so with 54.9 seconds to go here in the quarter at Decatur Central, your Plainfield Quakers all over the host Hawks by a score of 30-6, breaking the game open with 2 touchdowns and a safety here in the 3rd quarter after it was a mere 8-6 lead at the half. But yeah, I was watching one of the classic sports channels a couple of weeks ago, and I saw a game from 1997 between Tennessee and Arkansas, Peyton Manning's senior year for the Volunteers, and he actually caught a pass on a trick play in that game. But yeah, like I said, a quarterback is an eligible receiver, and apparently everybody on Decatur Central defense forgot about that, at least for that play. So now Bree Brown on the kickoff here. It's another short kick, but takes a bounce. Picked up there by Kenny Tracy. Takes it over to the right side up to the 35, 40. Stays up and comes down to about the 45. So a nice return there by Tracy. And Decatur Central needs all the good field position they can get. It's still, despite all the barrage of points by Plainfield in this quarter, it's still a 3-possession game. Decatur Central could tie it with 3 touchdowns and 3 successful 2-point conversions. So now Drew Stansel laying up to the right along with Stansel laying up to the left along with Franklin to the right. And William Gibson, the running back. Parker Harrington is the quarterback in shotgun. It's high snap, but he gets it. Throws deep down the right side to Franklin, and he's got it for the touchdown. 55 yards, and that's the kind of play they needed. That brings some life into this crowd, for one of the few times today. So definitely got a nice touchdown display there, along with the Hawk chirp there on the scoreboard. That was nice to see. So 31.3 seconds to go now. And so Harrington to Franklin, 55 yards. And let's see what they do with the conversion here. Looks like they are going to go for the 2. Decatur Central, and they are looks like they are going for the 2 with, again, Stansel out to the left, and now Harrington takes it over to the right side, looks into the end zone, and they're all over him, but he goes over to the left side, and he's under intense coverage. He throws desperately into the end zone, and it's out of bounds. So it's still a 3-possession lead for the Quakers. 31.3 seconds to go here in the third quarter at Decatur Central on the southwest side of Indianapolis, just 8 miles from Plainfield High School. Each of these teams is about the other's biggest rival, and even more so now that they play in the same sectional, and are with basically the other 2 teams in the sectional, Zionsville and Arsenal Tech, both being Zionsville, they do have a couple of state championships, but they've really been hovering in mediocrity for quite a few years now. And then Arsenal Tech has not been a very good program. So it looks like, as long as they keep the current alignment the same way, these 2 teams are going to be, the heavyweights in Sectional 13 for quite a few years. And which means they're probably going to be running into each other twice a year, both in the regular season and in the playoffs, thus intensifying the rivalry. So now, coming off that touchdown, Kelvin Sanders about to kick off for the Hawks. Got 2 guys back deep to receive for the Quakers. And they go for an onside kick, and they got it. Recovered at the 48. Nobody was there. They caught the Quakers asleep on that one. So that's second 2 days in a row. We've seen an outstanding onside kick that completely caught the other team off guard. Like Lebanon had a successful one last night in their loss to Tri-West. So the Hawks take over an excellent field position. I'm surprised that Plainfield wasn't ready for that one. But now Drew Stansel lining up to the right. DeMonte Franklin fresh off that 55-yard touchdown pass. Franklin to the right and Stansel to the left. And now they're going again to Franklin down to the right side. Oh, and it was just off of his hands. And we got apparently we got 2 flags down, likely pass interference. And the crowd now starting to get into it. It's still bleak for the Hawks, although if they get a quick score here, it would be they could make it a 2-possession game going into the fourth quarter. And with a rejuvenated offense. So 16.9 seconds to go here at Decatur Central. Your Quakers still leading 30-12, though Decatur Central now threatening to seize the momentum here. So now Stansel lined up to the left, Franklin to the right. William Gibson, the running back, Parker Harrington in shotgun, a high snap, but he gets it. Now he throws to Stansel near the end zone, and it is intercepted. It's brought up to the 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's brought down at about the 26. So it was a high-risk play, probably not quite enough strength on the pass, but, it's to the point where you were going to have to take big chances anyway, but that will be the second interception of the game for the thrown by Harrington in 13 passes.
Ball is on the 27.
So 4.6 seconds to go in the quarter, likely the last play of the third quarter here as Plainfield takes over. And now they let it run out, so we head to the fourth quarter here at Decatur Central. Your Plainfield Quakers apparently on their way to victory. They lead the host Decatur Central Hawks by a score of 30-12 here on audiosportsonline.com.
Yeah, Leck, as you said, looks like it's going to be a Plainfield victory, but still a lot of time left. Let's see, with just 10 minutes to go in the game, if Plainfield doesn't look to do some ball control this time. They have thrown a lot despite having this big lead, and, it'd be nice to see them try to maybe run the ball a little bit and establish a couple first downs, run the clock, and really help put this game away.
Yeah, and Brian Woodard's teams generally have been more rushing-oriented than passing-oriented. One semi-exception would have been the 2013 team where you had Brady Nichols really coming out of nowhere to emerge as a senior. But generally they've generally rushed 2 or 3 times as often as they've passed. But Coach Woodard, like he proved, especially with the 2013 team, he can adjust to whatever personnel he has. So you really never know what you're going to get from year to year as far as their offensive style. And it'd be interesting to see, though, what kind of young running backs that they have here as they line up now with 1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. And I believe that trying to see who the running back is from my vantage point. So now under intense pressure, it's a short pass that is incomplete. The intended receiver was Jake Duncan. He's a sophomore, 5'8", 145. So now let's see. So Gellert has scored. Gellert is 7 of 13 through the air now, and has he has 2 touchdown rushes and a touchdown reception. So Gellert really has. And hold that thought until after this play. And now Gellert fakes the handoff, and he's brought down for a sack. So Decatur Central's defense not giving up here. .9:35 to go here in the quarters. That'll be a 5-yard loss there for Davis Gellert. Bringing up 3rd and 15 for the Hawks.
Third and 15 for the Quakers.
So now they line up with, looks like Henry Gage now is into the game, lining up to the left along with 2 other receivers for the Quakers. Low snap, but he gets it. Almost sacked. He rolls over to his left side, still under intense pressure, and he throws it away. Bringing up 4th and 15 with 8:59 to go. Plainfield still leading 30-12, however. Well, let's look ahead. Your Plainfield Quakers have 3 games left to tune up for the playoffs. Amazingly, we're already 2/3 of the way done through the regular season. Friday night, as I said, Plainfield will be traveling down to Franklin to play the Grizzly Cubs, who entered the game with a record of only 1-5. And their only win coming against Martinsville, who's 0-6. That was a 2-point win. So should be get well time for the Quakers. You don't want to count your chickens before they hatch, but it looks like that will be a Quakers victory. And there's a punt there. It's a good punt. It goes back to 35, takes a nice Plainfield bounce, and picked up at the 25 by Decatur Central. They got it up to the 40, 45. Spins around, gets inside Quakers territory to about the 48. So that was a nice effort there by, Noah Ray there for Decatur Central. Ray's really, he did play, a little bit in the end of that game at Lucas Oil Stadium last night, had a couple of good runs. He would be a full-time varsity player on most teams in the state, but, when you're on the same team with Tyrone Tracy, it does tend to limit your opportunities. Tyrone Tracy, going to be playing probably for a BCS school in a couple of years, along with Bryce Jefferson, the quarterback for the varsity team. And now, deep pass now to Stansel, and it's off his hands. He had to get down low to get it, and just didn't quite get the grip there. I do laud Decatur Central for continuing to play hard, regardless of the score. I mean, they really have really have shown a lot of, they've continued to play just as hard regardless of the score today. I mean, and playing with some confidence too. And that's a high snap there, and thinks about, and he takes it himself. He's should have the first down. He does, or maybe I think he's right down at the first down line there. So that was a nice rush there by They're marking him a yard short. I thought that they were going to give him forward progress out to the first down line, but nevertheless, nice 9-yard rush there by Parker Harrington. So now Harrington throws deep down the right side now to Franklin, and it's intercepted off a tip. Franklin tipped it, but a Plainfield guy caught it, and he takes us up to the 40. And now, so that's the third interception of the game for Harrington.
Yeah, that was Mason Thompson, number 81 for Plainfield, who caught the tipped ball and ran it back. Puts Plainfield back in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and, the interceptions, basically, they were all, they were the interceptions, at least 2 of them, they were actually close to their target. They just didn't quite get there. And in that case, Franklin, the intended receiver, he did manage to get a hand on it, but it was tipped up, and those are very dangerous. And so, but Harrington still has time to grow. He's only a sophomore, 5'10", 170, so gonna have him for a couple of years. He does seem to have a good arm. He's doesn't seem to have a big problem getting it deep. So now fake the handoff there, screen pass over to Mason Burgess there, so it'll be an incomplete. There'll be an incomplete pass there. So now Gellert has been incomplete on his last 4 passes, but Plainfield's still very comfortably ahead, 30-12. 7:43 to go. So like I said, Franklin is about a 30, maybe 35-minute drive. Try to leave, if you can take off, a little early to beat that 465/US 31 traffic, that's a good idea. But hope you all get down there for that one. Should be a Quakers win. And then hold that thought. So now that they hurry up and they take a timeout. They lost track of the play clock in the huddle there.
I really don't understand all the passing right now, Leck. I mean, you're up 18 points, and with just 7 minutes and 43 seconds to go, the clock obviously in your favor, and just don't really understand all the passes Plainfield keeps throwing despite having the big lead with time running out.
Yeah, you never know what they're trying to work on. Maybe Coach Woodard, really, wants to develop this passing offense. It's hard telling, but yeah, certainly conventional wisdom would seem that this is a time when you would be being. This conventional wisdom, would say this is a time when you want to be very conservative. But maybe that's why we're up in the booth and they're on the sidelines. I don't know, but There are some things, though, that I don't understand. I mean, I remember going back to that Super Bowl a couple of years ago when Russell Wilson threw up the middle, on that last play of the Seahawks. And I remember thinking, is it just me or was that just an idiotic play? And then Chris Collinsworth voiced my thoughts a few seconds later. So it's like, okay, it wasn't just me, So anyway, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One running back now, and we got some movement on the line, so we got a flag here. But anyway, looking ahead after next, like I said, at next Plainfield's next varsity game next Friday, and this is going to be going against the Quakers, false start. But it's like I said, they're going to be at Franklin next Friday night to play the Grizzly Cubs. Then the week after that, the Quakers will return home for Senior Day. Now, of course, it is possible that the that the Quakers will have. And hold that thought till after this play. So now 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff there, and he's stuffed there for little or no gain. And that was Logan Burden there. He had a touchdown earlier in this game. So he's going to be stopped for. They're giving him credit for 0 there, but it's possible, of course, that Plainfield will have 2 or 3 home games in the playoffs. We hopefully will, but it will be their last regular season home game for this great bunch of seniors, And so hope you'll get out there to wish them a fond farewell as they move on to hopefully cap off their season with a Class 5A state championship. And they're got a keeper there by Gellert who gets about 7 yards or so pushed out of bounds at about the 46. And it's a team that, you know, especially if they're completely healthy, you know, I think they are going to make a run at the Class 5A state championship. They give them credit for 7 there. It's from 3rd and 15 to 4th and 8 there. It's a nice rush there by Gellert. And it looks like they probably will punt here with 6:59 to go in an 18-point lead. It's a good punt there. It's going to bounce inside the 20, fielded on a bounce at around the 12. He takes it over all the way. Now he starts taking it over to the right. And now he's brought back. He moves over to try to get extra yards, and it backfires. So it's going to be a net loss there on the punt return. 6:45 to go. Decatur Central taking over, down by 18. But, you know, this senior class here at Decatur Central, this senior class at Plainfield, a lot of these guys are 3-year starters, especially because of the severely injury-plagued 2014 team. And so they've been through a lot. They're very experienced and hopefully have another good run in them. So we hope you'll get out there to, you know, support them on Senior Day against Whiteland. Game is not a guaranteed win, but certainly looks like, you know, there's better than a 50% chance for it. And now, on the other end, Harrington is about to get sacked. He finds room, though, and he's got a first down and much more out of bounds at about the 23. So that's a very nice, probably the best keeper of the game for Harrington.
Gain of 18 yards, 1st and 10 for the Hawks.
Oh, he's out the 27, so that's a gain of 18. So nice run there by Parker Harrington. I almost said Peyton Harrington, I guess because he wears number 18. So now pass over to Franklin, makes it at the he's got the first down more up to about the 40.
Pass complete.
So they're going to give him credit for about 13 or so on that one. At 12, so they're marking him just shy of the 40. Franklin also had that 55-yard touchdown reception in the third quarter. So now one receiver to the right, to the left. Screen pass again to Franklin. He makes the catch again. Dodges around a couple of tacklers. He's got the first down and more inside Quaker territory up to about the 47. So DeMonte Franklin and Parker Harrington starting to develop some nice chemistry here late in the game. That play goes for 14 yards there.
1st and 10, Hawks.
Harrington has of the 6 Decatur Central in this game. Now Mark going to the right. Back. Rolls to his this hands of the 3 interception for Harrington. Now Whiteland, who will be Plainfield senior night opponent, they are 3 on a 3-game winning streak. Trying to get things to the running Gibson. He gets and now we got a timeout there by Decatur Central. So they'll, when we resume play, they'll have it about 2nd and 6. Still trailing by 18 points, however. Anyway, Whiteland, they started off losing to New Palestine. They were pretty competitive, actually, losing 38-26, and then lost to Center Grove 43-0. But most teams do lose badly to Center Grove. And then they lost to this Decatur Central. The varsity Decatur Central, of course, 49-34. However, since then, they've beaten Franklin 51-21, Avon 22-21, and Martinsville 42-17. So it's a game that, it's not – it should be the toughest game last three games, but and then finally in 3 weeks, 3 weeks from last night, Plainfield will close out the regular season at Martinsville. The Artesians have not won a game in 2 years. That's almost a certain Quaker victory. So they should enter the playoffs no worse than 5-4, possibly 6-3, especially if they return to full form with Dawson Anderson being healthy. So now 2nd and 6 there. As we resume to play here. And Harrington nearly sacked. Now he's got some room to take it himself. He's got the first down and more. And he's got some room on the right sideline inside the 25, and he's knocked out of bounds about the 21. So the Hawks, to their credit, are showing some late spark on offense here. It's the best keeper of the game there as they give Harrington for 20 yards on that play. It's 1st and 10 at the 23, 5:36 to go. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Now handoff, pass to Stansel. He's got some room. He's got the. He's close to the first down. Brought down right around the 15. The crowd really starting to get into it. Applauding the effort. It does look like, as they give him credit for 9 on that one. That's Stansel's 3rd reception, by the way. So 2nd and 1 at the 14 now. The Hawks break huddle. They line up with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gibson, the running back. And he throws into the end zone to Franklin, and it's almost intercepted. 4th interception, but it does fall to the ground, incomplete with 4:53 to go, bringing up 3rd and 1. So, hope that, let's see here. So, 3rd and 1 now. Same formation here for the Hawks. Now pass over to Franklin, makes the catch inside the 10. He's got the first down, loses the ball, but I think they said he was down first, so he'll be down to about the 5. Decatur Central's passing offense has been much more in sync here in the second half, and especially here in the fourth quarters. They give him credit for 9 on that one. Franklin in particular has had some very good moments. So now the keeper there, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. So Parker Harrington takes it in 5 yards, cutting the lead to 2 possessions, but only 4:31 remaining. And I'll tell you, not only has the passing offense been better here in the second half, but Parker Harrington, the quarterback, has had some very nice rushes as well, including there. So now let's see what they'll do for the conversion. So now pitch over to Gibson, and he's brought down short of the end zone, so the score remains 30-18. 4:31 to go, probable onside kick coming up.
Well, obviously they're going to try the onside kick here, Lex. You assume Plainfield will be ready for that.
Yeah, like I said, Brian Woodard coach teams don't make a lot of fundamental mistakes. So, they were asleep on the first onside kick attempt. You can bet they won't be on the second. So, 4:31 to go, and assuming that Plainfield does recover this onside kick attempt, they will. They shouldn't have too much of a trouble. They shouldn't have too much trouble, running out. Maybe not all the clock, but certainly a big chunk of it. they are firmly in control of this game. And overall, it's been a very, very good performance. Not a lot that they've done wrong today, and certainly showing that they have a bright future for this program. And surprised because he's been here so long. This already is his 11th year. I was surprised to find out how young he is. I mean, he's a few years younger than I am, just in his early 40s. So, who knows how many more years he could be around coaching these Quakers. And hopefully he'll get some healthy teams in there. His one Achilles heel is that his teams have struggled with injuries a lot, but it's not going to go the 10 yards. So the Quakers will take over, and now they can really put this one in cruise control, leading by 12 points with 4:31 to go and the ball. Yeah, I think the 2014 Quakers are probably the most injury-plagued team I've ever seen in my 38 years of watching football at any level. And they still, ended up going to the sectional championship that year and losing to Roncalli only by 7. So they really improved a lot during the course of the season. And they got healthier toward the end, too, especially they got Garrett Patton back for the second playoff game for that went out at Northview in the light snow. The only game I've ever called where there was any snow that day, where they had hold on. Now handoff there, and he's got a hole up the middle, and there's I guess some of that rushing we expected to see. They gave it there to Bradley Gill. He's had a few carries in this game, and he's got about 6 on that one, I believe. Yeah, when we have more of a stoppage, I've got a funny story to tell you on that one. As they give Gill credit for 3, I thought got a little more than that. But anyway, 2nd and 7 for the Quakers, 4:03 to go now. Certainly, they will. It's a nice way for them to end their weekend on a better note after that tough loss last night at Lucas Oil State. Now, handoff to Gill again, but this time they're ready for him, and he's stuffed. I think they got him for a slight loss there. And now the Hawks take a timeout. So the Hawks not giving up. That was their second timeout here. But anyway, what I was saying is, you go back to that improbable playoff run that the Quakers had 2 years ago. Okay, they beat Danville in the first round of the playoffs. Danville wasn't very good that year, so that wasn't a surprise. But then they went out to Northview. The Knights were 8-2, having had a breakthrough season, although against a pretty weak schedule. So I thought Plainfield had a good chance going in. But anyway, I get out there to Northview, which is in a little town called Brazil near Terre Haute, actually the hometown of both Jimmy Hoffa as well as our 80s rock singer Henry Lee Summer. And I get up to the press box. It was a miserable day. It was in the upper 30s. There was some snow on the way out there. And Kendall on the door press box, they had untangled a wire hanger and weaved it through there and to serve as the door handle. So anyway, that was a very miserable evening, and I had such bad cell phone reception from there that I had to call back literally about 20 or 25 times. But all's well that ends well, and the Quakers did get the win and came home. Almost got the win against Roncalli for the sectional championship. So anyway. Now back to action here, and we've got a whistle here. I'm not sure what the issue is. And now the Quakers take a timeout with 3:43 to go. In the NFL, back-to-back timeouts are illegal. Back-to-back timeouts are illegal, and it's actually a penalty. I think it's a 15-yarder. It's a very rare rule, but I saw the last time I saw it enforced was about 10 years ago when Joe Gibbs had his brief comeback. I think he had 4 years. When Gibbs had his comeback with the Redskins, and they and it had been a rule when he was there before, when he had those 3 Super Bowl championships. But I think it cost the Redskins the game, or at least put them in a bad hole. My memory's a little hazy. It's been quite a few years, but it's one thing about having watched a lot of sports in one's lifetime. It gives you a lot of stories to fill in during these moments of dead space in the game. It's even more important in baseball when you have a lot more dead space. Basketball, not so much. 'Cause, I go to every basketball game with the stuff I want to say, and I never get a chance to because it's so fast-paced and so few long pauses. So now at 3rd and 10 now, fakes the handoff. Gellert's got a man open in the middle, and it's caught. Oh, but, he dropped it. He had both hands on it. He, I think maybe just got a little overexcited because he saw nothing in front of him but the end zone. That was Bobby Sterrett. But, that's a good break for the Hawks because it stops the clock on 4th down. So a very, very questionable call. I figured they would, do a running play and, try to induce the Hawks to use that last timeout. So some questionable play calling today. But overall, a very, very good game for the Quakers. And now Gellert suddenly incomplete on his last 5 passes. He's 7 for 16 on the game, though no interceptions. Now the punt bounces picked up at the 12, right up to about the 20, and he's brought down 3:30 to go. So the Hawks, 3:30 to go, and they need 2 touchdowns. In this second half, Harrington has not at all been shy about throwing deep, so very likely he'll do so here as they need 2 touchdowns. And I'll tell you, that's why, I'm surprised that they threw that pass there to Sterrett. Now, granted, if he had, made the grab and gotten the touchdown, it would have looked like a genius call. But as it is now, while it's not likely that the Quakers will come back to win, certainly they have a much better chance, now that they have that extra timeout and about probably 30 more seconds or so than they otherwise would. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Harrington takes the snap, rolls to his left, looks deep. He's got plenty of time, throws down to Franklin, and he nearly makes the catch. So had he done it, he would have been brought down just shy of the 40 probably. Good effort nevertheless. And let me open my water bottle here. But Parker Harrington has shown a lot of arm strength tonight. Some of his passes have been a little off target, but that's something, when you're only a sophomore, you got 2 years to work on. So, very likely we'll be seeing a lot more of him. Probably not next year because Jefferson will be a senior, but 2 years from now, very well could be the number 1 quarterback for these Hawks. So now Harrington takes it again. This time screen pass complete. He's got room on the left side, and he gets out of bounds. So that was a nice play there by Noah Ray. Play covers 18 yards there.
Gain of 18, 1st and 10.
That was Ray's first reception of the game. He's had a few rushes. So now the clock stops 3:07, 1st and 10 at the 38. Harrington, screen pass again again completed to Ray. And he breaks through, gets out of bounds at the 50 for another first down. So 2:58 to go. Our Ray have gotten out of. I thought he should have gotten out of bounds around the 43, but he weaved around toward the middle of the field, then got the first down, then cut back and got out of bounds. So he knew what he was doing better than I did. So now a couple of completions in a row to Ray, and the Hawks are in business here. 1st and 10 at the 50, 2:58 to go, but they need 2 touchdowns. They do have that timeout left, however. You got to give them credit for because it was down to 30-6 at one point. So now another pass to now that he's completion to Ray. He's got the first down and more and gets out of bounds at the 35. So an extremely efficient start to this drive for Decatur Central. They've gotten Ray on 3 consecutive plays now. That one for 15. So the 3 consecutive plays by they give him credit for 16 actually. Marking him at the 34. So the last 3 passes have all gone to Ray for a total of 46 yards, and he's gotten out of bounds on each of them. So they've used very little of the clock, 2:51 to go now. And we could have an exciting finish here at the southwest side of Indianapolis. So now Harrington throws deep, but it's going to be overthrown. Harrington has thrown 26 passes on the game, and one thing I've learned in 5 years of commentary is that when you start throwing 25 passes or more, you're probably going to lose because usually you're passing that much because you're behind and need to pick up a lot of yards. So 2:46 to go now, 2nd and 10 at the Plainfield 34. And we've got 3 receivers now to the right, 1 to the left. Harrington in shotgun. Looks around, rolls to his right, and he throws deep into the end zone. Now he's got Franklin open, and he's got the touchdown. So it's a one-possession game now, 2:39 to go. So an amazing comeback by the Hawks now, and that puts Harrington over 200 yards on the game. And now let's see what they do with the conversion here. Wow, looks like we're going to see an actual PAT attempt tonight. I heard somebody else in the press box say, "Oh my God, a field goal." That's part of the charm of high school ball, you know. And now they fake it, and now it throws into the end zone. Touchdown. Well, 2-point conversion attempt there. Who was it who got it there? So I'm trying to see who it was. He's coming over my direction. That was Franklin. So Franklin got both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. 131 yards receiving for Franklin. I am sure he'll be on the varsity squad next year, if not sooner. He would probably become a favorite target of Bryce Jefferson. Well, going into this quarter, when it was 30-6, I would have probably thought Decatur Central had about a 1 in 1,000 chance to win this game. Now they're down by 4 points, 2:39 to go, about to kick off, and still that timeout left. So it's been an incredible comeback for the Hawks. And even if they lose this game, it's got to give them a jolt of confidence. So a great job on the fake there. So 30-26. They don't really have to go for a 2-point conversion here. They really have to go for an onside kick here. They could, since they have that timeout, they could just try to hold the Quakers 3 and out and get the ball back maybe with a minute, 15 minute to go. They do go for the onside kick, but it is recovered at the no. Looked like a Quaker jumped on it instantly. I think he ended up getting it, but looked like it might have come loose again. It's hard to tell from my vantage point because there's a pile on there around the ball.
Owen Litzelman was who fell on it for Plainfield. Now, again, keep in mind the clock will start, or at least, and so Plainfield needs to be very aware of that the clock is moving, so they want to let this thing wind all the way down.
You would think.
That's really bad clock management by Plainfield right there. There were still 13 seconds
and
left on the
helmet
clock.
Came off. Somebody's helmet came off. It was the ball carrier.
And now Decatur Central will use a timeout. That's 13 seconds they left up on the clock there. That's just, you got to be aware of that.
Yeah, there's some head-scratching decisions that Plainfield has made in the second half that have contributed to the improbable Decatur Central comeback. But yeah, the comeback started 31.3 seconds to go in the third quarter with that 55-yard touchdown pass from Parker Harrington to DeMonte Franklin. And then, of course, the pair connected again on the last possession for 34 yards. In between, we also had the keeper, the 5-yard keeper by Harrington himself. So I'll tell you, if Harrington had not thrown those 3 interceptions, Decatur Central very well could be in the lead here. But certainly this is a game, even if Plainfield does hold on to win, there will be, undoubtedly there'll be things that Coach Woodard will want to go over, some fundamental mistakes that they want to make sure they don't repeat. Because they might not end up costing the Quakers this game, but they could cost you other games in the future. It's one thing if a team beats you, but it's another thing if you beat yourself. And hopefully Plainfield will end up not beating themselves today. So a handoff there to Gill, and he's got the first down, so that goes a long way towards sealing it, especially because Yeah, that should seal it. I think they'll be able to run out the clock from here since the Quakers do not have any more timeouts. So they give him credit for 8 yards there by Bradley Gill. And I think that they'll be able to kneel out the rest of the clock here. 2:12 to go and counting. Nevertheless, it was an outstanding comeback effort by Decatur Central. They'll certainly feel a lot better, even if they lose, they'll feel a lot better than what they would have, had they lost 30-6. But they'll also be looking back at those 3 interceptions, So now we've got looks like Gellert is just going to kneel out the rest of the clock here. I'll tell you, the time of day now, 2:10. This is pretty long for a JV game. Usually we're out of here in under 2 hours. This game, I've done at least one varsity game that didn't go this long. When Plainfield played Franklin, ironically, that was, I think, an hour and 58 in a heavily rushing-dominated game.
This doesn't make any sense again to me. Like, they kneeled the ball with 12 seconds still on the play clock.
Yeah, so we've seen some serious fundamental errors here on the part of Plainfield. I'm sure Coach Woodard will address in practice in the next week, but certainly some head-scratching decisions.
I mean, it's third down. It's going to be very close as to whether they can actually milk the clock. I mean, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it now.
They might not, yeah. So Decatur Central could get one more chance after all. And the kind of crazy game this has been, As Gellert kneels down. So let's see what happens when they get it set.
No, they're not going to be able to get it done, I don't think. They're going to have to run a play.
Yeah. They might want to take that last time out just to set something up. Well, actually,
they didn't wind the play clock, so they will not have to run another play. The officials did not order the play clock to be started, and so as a result, they will not have to run another play. Now the sideline's screaming at him not to snap the ball. He doesn't have to snap the ball.
2-1. And he snaps it, but then he downs it. So, Plainfield jumps off to a 36 lead. Then, a few breakdowns and an offensive explosion by the Hawks make it interesting as they get 3 late touchdowns, but Plainfield still hangs on for a 30-26 victory here at Decatur Central.
All right, that's going to do it for us. For Lex Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall. Thanks for joining us. Plainfield takes it by a score of 30-26. For Lex Zorn, I'm Rob Kendall saying have yourself a great Saturday.
Good night.